Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Comic Collector. Today, we are once again going through a stack of comics that I am keeping these. These will not be going into a sale.
Jazzing down to the comic store. Oh yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
Wednesday's here, I can't ignore. Cheapo finds and deals galore. Let's go.
Let's go.
Picking panels I explore so slow. Comic Book Wednesday, filling up my hands.
Oh!
Comic Book Wednesday, making big plans. Cheap collections, they understand.
Hey!
Comic Book Wednesday, the finest in the land. Hey! Flipping pages, ink so bright.
Oh boy.
Heroes clash in epic fights, out of sight.
Yes, sir.
Villains plot when it's night. Hold tight.
Hold tight.
Wednesday's joy, pure delight. That's right. Snag that issue, first appearance. Whoa now.
Whoa now.
Only spent a shiny dime. It's a wow. Pow.
Pow!
Swapping tales with all the pals downtown. Kazovi. Wednesday's magic all around this town. Kablam!
Whee!
Comic Book Wednesday, filling up my hands.
Oh!
Comic Book Wednesday, making big plans. Cheap collections, they understand.
Whee!
Comic Book Wednesday, the finest in the land.
Hey!
Newsprint hang and bubble gum.
Oh, so sweet. Oh, sweet.
Detectives, capes, and rogues I greet. Tap my feet, tap my feet. Golden age or silver's neat. Can't be beat.
Can't be.
Wednesday's the collector's treat. Complete.
Oh, yeah!
Hello. Today we are, like I said, going through a stack of books I got in, um, that I'm keeping. I they were a little more expensive than I normally spend, but they're almost all giants, so uh, that's why. They cost me about $3.05 a piece. I think you'll agree it was well worth it, for most of them. And tomorrow we will be getting back to our regularly scheduled programs of going through my collection. Tomorrow we start going through my books from 1976. So, but today we're going to check these out. All right, here we are. First, well, let me put these over here actually. First up is Adventures of Little Archie, number 24. Um, Man, if you have never read the Little Archies, you don't know what an Archie comic can be. um, this is an early one from 1963, and I mean, just a glance at that first page shows you this is not your typical Archie comic, right? Art by Bob Bowling, one of the all-time greats. And in this story, Archie learns judo and saves his mom from a mugger. So that's pretty cool. Got a little Jinx one shot in it. I mean, it's a little beat up. It's ripped here and there, but I don't care about that. So, and there's a story in here called Polly, and it's actually Betty's older sister. I didn't know. I from watching Riverdale, I knew that there was an older sister. I did not know that she was actually in the comics at any point in time. So, that's cool. You got a little text story there. And this is another little Archie story with this green guy here. This is Doctor Doom. So I guess that's the Doctor Doom of the Archie universe. I don't know. But again, the art is not what you'd expect after reading modern Archies and so forth. So, and here's a character called Shrimpy. Never heard of him before. Uh, and this one, little Archie. I guess there's a family called the Johnsons who live next door, and they're supposed to be babysitting little Archie, which apparently Mr. Johnson would rather be as far away from little Archie as possible. And a couple little one-pagers in there. This is a kind of a interesting story because it's kind of a kid's version of like a Twilight Zone episode sort of type thing. So the Archie's watching TV, he's getting like a double image on his TV, so he fixes it. But then he sees in the mirror that he has become a double image. So he's running around kind of in a panic. Betty and Veronica like tease him in different ways, and he morphs into a TV set or something. And then his mom wakes him up because he was dreaming, of course. But then as she walks away, she says, "Yes, dreams aren't always nice. Sometimes they can be very creepy." And now she's a double image. So just an interesting little story there. And then I think this is the last longer story in the book. Or no, it's not. No, it's not. There's one more after this. Archie's up in Mr. Lodge's plane with him and Veronica, and their engine gives out, and they got to crash land in the water, and Mr. Lodge gets knocked out by a log, and Archie tries to save him, and then in this last one, Archie gets shot by a bank robber. So, yeah, this was 1960s. Kids comics were still cool, and even though this was approved by the Comics Code Authority, it was still very much not the saturated goodness of, say, the Harvey comics, like Wendy the Good Little Witch. This is number 9. And this was, they originally were going to sell this for like $4, but I ended up getting it for $1 because of this fold back here. They decided to run it for $1 because it wasn't as nice as they thought it was. So, got that. Very cool. And so, like I said, these all averaged out to about $3.05. Here's Alvin. This one is number 19 from 1957. Gunfight at the Goof Off Corral. And then we got a Chick Young's Dagwood from Harvey. This is number 123 at 10 center. And then I got Uncle Scrooge, number 40. This is the first Gold Key issue. Got Carl Barks stories in it. And it's a Christmas cover. I don't think it's a Christmas issue, it's just a cover. Got a Magic of Dispel story in it, and the centerfold is loose. And they actually gave this one to me. They gave me a couple freebies, which is why the prices were a little bit higher than they could have been. But that was cool, right? And then there was a couple issues that are actually going in sales that are no longer in this pile. This is Woody Woodpecker, 12 center. This is number 77. Yes, of 1963. And it's interesting because at this time they were trying to say, oh, it's Woody Woodpecker Adventure Comics, right? It's on the cover, it's on the title page. Unfortunately, this one was pretty. The centerfold is loose and is pretty much damaged along the edge there pretty badly. So, yeah, that one probably wasn't worth even the buck I paid for it. But whatever. You take your chances, right? Del 4 Color number 857, a goofy adventure story based on I believe it was a TV episode. And then this is the one that got me hooked on this particular show. Archie Annual number 15. Really nice shape. I mean, it's a little beat, but it's still nice and tight, holding together. 1963 annual, 1963, 1964. So that's a beautiful cover. And then here we have Bugs Bunny's Vacation Funnies, number 8, Del Giant. This one, when I was researching it, and after I made sure it was all there and stuff, I was looking it up, and turns out that the very last story in this issue is, are you ready? Beep Beep the Roadrunner in Desert Dessert. This is the first appearance of the Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, in comic books. It also includes Roadrunner's wife, Matilda. And if you're familiar with the comic books, he has those 3 annoying sons. And they hatch in this issue. That's them hatching out of their eggs right there. And I think a couple months later, they started the Roadrunner comic book series, but this is his first appearance in the comics. Very cool. Got Bugs Bunny Beach Party. This is Del Giant number 32. Does have a tape snag down there, it looks like. Mickey and Donald in Vacation Land, Del Giant number 47. And basically just a bunch of Disney stories with characters on vacation. It's interesting that they didn't make this like a Disneyland one, because they did a lot of Disneyland ones. They did Mickey Mouse and Frontierland and so on. It's Uncle Scrooge goes to Disneyland or something, and a whole bunch of different things. So, but this came out in 1961, so maybe they decided that by then that it was time to branch out. I don't know. Another Del Giant. This is Tom and Jerry's Summer Fun, number 4. Very cool. Got Barney Bear in there, Droopy. And then that was those. This next set is a little bit different. These are ones I got in my regular dollar boxes, but these are ones I decided to keep. I had sold one of these previously and regretted it because it was a Crisis on Infinite Earth story. Wish I had kept it. But as we always say, they always come around again, and here it is. So this copy I'm keeping. And then I got a few issue of Detective Comics that I was missing. Number 787 with the Mad Hatter. Number 656. And, well, I guess was there only 2? I guess there was only 2. But I did fill in some Defenders issues that I was missing. Number 127, 136, 131, and 125. There's Hank McCoy. He'll be stopping by later. Atlas Comics, Cougar, number 1. And this is another one I regretted selling in the past. Ziggy Pig Silly Seal Comics. It's a one-shot from celebrating Marvel's 80th anniversary. And then these books are ones that I found as I was going through preparing for the dollar sale that we had on Black Friday. Um, those were all books I had previously tried selling for $2, and so there are a few books in there that, yeah, I'm not going to sell for $1. They actually are issues I'm missing from my collection for a series I'm trying to put together, or so something on that order. So we got Marvel: The Lost Generation number 12, and this is one of those that went backwards. So this is actually the first issue because it did like a countdown thing. It's dumb. That's why it says 12, 1 of 12. And so this is number 7, 6 of 12, number 8, 5 of 12. So it's kind of weird. And then I found a couple of Brothers of the Spear that, according to my list, I didn't have. So I don't know why these were in there instead of me keeping them. But this is number 2. And this is number 3. Sometimes at different times I decide, even though there's books that I want, I will put them in the sales because I just recently kept a bunch, and I try to make the books pay for themselves. So I don't always get to keep everything I want. So that may be why those were in there, because this is actually they're actually in pretty poor condition, but that wouldn't have mattered to me. So anyway, they're in my collection now. That's all that matters. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. That's it for today. A little bit of a shorter episode. Tomorrow, like I said, we will get into my comic collection from 1976 as we progress forward, creating the list of issues that I have. I've got lots of issues. Just ask anybody. I'll see you soon, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Step right up, don't be shy. Join the fun, give it a try. Click that button, it's not slide. We can take this song so high. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our hearts keep on thumping. Do up D, it's so neat. Hit that like, feel the beat. Join the rhythm, move your feet. Subscribe and make it sweet. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our hearts keep on thumping. We'll be grooving night and day. With your clicks we never sway. Share the joy, sway and play. Subscribe to ride on this way. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our hearts keep on thumping. We'll be grooving night and day. With your clicks we never sway. Share the joy, sway and play. Subscribe to ride on this way. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing.